So, Danny Lloyd, how we doing, pal?
Good, lads. Brad loved a tactical sending off, right? And it always used to come around Christmas. He destroyed me mentally that much that season. I was like, I really don't want to see you do well. First 2 or 3 months in training, right, it was me and another lad who signed from non-league. So every time you give the ball away, send him back! Send him back! Where you got him from? Fucking get him! Like, that's you, you're fucking finished. Started the next day. I looked at Gaz and I've never seen the colour drain from someone's face in my life.
Jordan.
Right, pal.
Welcome back.
Cheers, mate.
You're looking well.
I'm buzzing for it, yeah.
You've been ill?
No, it's been on a Sunday session, lads. We won a game and went out.
Oh, wow. So is that the first game you've won?
First game we've won. So
because I was checking, you've not won in the league yet.
No. 4 draws in the league, 4 losses, 8 Balkans. And yeah, finally it was 1-0 down as well Saturday in FA Cup, so could have gone really tits up for the
FA
season.
Cup, who'd you play?
Warrington Town away.
Tough one then.
It's just not a nice place to go, is it? It was dry and gigs the pitch, like, and they're just monsters. So
It was what?
It was dry.
I thought it said Ryan Giggs.
Dry and gigs.
Oh, dry. That's horrible.
Dry and gigs.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it was dry. But yeah, I've got
You scored, didn't you?
one back second half, yeah, and then lost my head completely. It took my top off for the winner. Tits everywhere.
How did that
It's a
look?
good job I had one of them bras on, because it would have been everywhere.
I reckon you should post that picture you've just showed me on the internet.
I don't know how many
to
cameras they're on. They've got a back shot where there's just back fat everywhere. They've got a front shot where it's not great.
A bit of a jelly
I'm
belly,
just
innit?
thinking, what am I doing in my life? But
I feel like you need to self-shame yourself and just keep looking at that every day.
just go to the gym.
Yeah, just get you back in the swing of things.
What have you been on?
So I went to Marbella for 3 days playing golf. Bit of a end of the window celebration kind of thing, just to relax for a few days, because it's pretty full on during the summer.
Relaxing or messy one?
No, we played golf. We arrived Wednesday. We played golf Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Friday we teed off like dead early, about 7:30.
You're knackered though after, aren't you? Were you not?
No, it weren't too bad. Buggies, innit?
Ah, yeah.
Buggies abroad. So yeah, and we had an early tee off Friday. Straight off the course, straight to a pool party.
I was with TK playing golf.
Oh yeah,
I was playing golf. TK had played 9 holes, and then said he was having 1 pint. By the time I'd played 9 holes, he was still there, Stephen.
He can't have 1 pint.
No. So yeah, he was showing me the videos you were sending.
Looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looked miles better than where we were.
Yeah, it was very good. It was very good. I couldn't believe how busy it was. So yeah, I think we started drinking about 1 and finished about 1 in the morning.
Good effort.
And then we had an early flight home. I've been rough.
Ever
I'd
since.
say I've been rough ever since.
Well, I went out Sunday. I just opened my right for Saturday. Because it's just getting beyond the joke now.
6-day hangover.
Yeah. So.
Wait, where did you go on Sunday?
We was in the box watching the derby, and then we went.
What, your own belly?
Just watching my belly on screen. It's the biggest derby about that. And then we was in Albert Schloss, but them bouncers in there, mate. What's up with them? What's their issue?
Yeah, but what are you doing though? Like, it's quite a classy establishment.
Half of us didn't get in. We were like, what's the reason? It was like, so you know, like they say, can't come in them trainers.
That's what I got.
And then some full-on scrubber would walk in some like Kappa trainers, and we'd all be like, how's he getting in a way? Not.
It's just your face, innit?
Honestly, the guy was just some little fat thing as well. It didn't even look hard.
I got pulled out the queue.
I reckon I could batter him.
Pulled out the queue. Just walked down, looked me up and down. Went, yeah, you won't get in. I went,
didn't even open your mouth.
But then as soon as I opened my mouth, he was like, yeah, you're definitely not getting in.
Definitely not going in, you scouser. Get out. Right, do you want to intro the guest?
Yeah, very good player. Scored against us the other week. Good career as well. Bit of a mad one.
Bit of a late developer as well.
Yeah,
which will be interesting to know, because a lot of people, 18, 19, give up. If they don't make it, they give up. But this proves that.
He talks about wanting to give up.
And we'll get into that.
After the same club I wanted to give up. So we'll get into that.
So it's either you both got the same mentality or it's the club.
Yeah, I reckon it's the club, but we'll get into that. So, Danny Lloyd, how we doing, pal?
Good lads, thanks
Welcome,
for having
mate.
me. It's been a while. I've been a work in progress, this one, hasn't it?
Yeah, I've asked you for about 2 years now, haven't I?
Yeah, just with living away, it was just difficult trying to get in, mate. But
Yeah.
obviously
He didn't.
back
What he
at
said
home-
is, he said, once you get a nice studio and you build up your audience, I'll come on.
Then I'll come on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But you cost us 3 points the other day as well. Cheers for that.
yeah, game of 2 halves, that one, it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're at Southport now, aren't you?
Yeah.
And Southport played Radcliffe in the
Radcliffe.
league. 2-2.
2-0 up, yeah, and then
Did an Everton.
we literally just went to pot. I mean, we all could have, both teams could have won.
Both teams could have won. You probably had an argument to say you could have been more up at half time.
Yeah.
And I think we were absolutely shocking first half. We got the biggest bollocking Jim Bentley has ever given me. Like, as I mean, say me, not me personally, but as a group of lads, even when I was at Rochdale full time in the league, I've never seen him like go off like that. Like, I thought he was gonna snap one of us in half at one point.
Weren't he? He was at Fylde as well, weren't he?
Yeah,
Jim?
but I didn't have him at Fylde. I had him at Rochdale, and then obviously back to here. Did you have him at Fylde?
I had him at Fylde, yeah, he's a class guy.
Right.
Good lad. But yeah, if he's giving you a bollocking, you know about it.
I'm going to say he's a scary man anyway,
He doesn't,
isn't he?
he doesn't normally do it, does
No,
he? He's
never.
not.
Oh, is it not?
He's
That's
not
the
really
first
a
time I've had
shower.
him. Obviously, two different clubs, and that's the first time I've seen him. Like, I wouldn't even say like he fully lost it, but he was close.
Oh,
He
see, I
was
always,
not
like,
pleased.
because he's a big guy, innit? I always imagine him being a bit of a screamer.
No, he's
No,
not.
very calm most of the time.
People say that about my missus, and that's wrong as well.
But yeah, very calm most of the time. But yeah, he wasn't a happy bunny. And then well, to be fair, it prompted a decent enough reaction because we come out in the second half and it was just like
They were crap, weren't they, second half?
roles reversed. It was like, so our defenders had a bit of a mare in the first half, and then your defence were under a bit of
like they
pressure in the
just
second half.
passed it to him at that.
It's like they just went, oh yeah, go ahead, you be crap for 45 minutes now. And then, but yeah, we had a chance right at the start of the second half, didn't we? Mini, it's the keeper and then it's it wide. If that goes in, we've got enough time then to go and it ends 3-2. But even after that, we had that chance right at the end. Sunday's whacked the post, hasn't he? Great ball.
He's a little stocky bastard now, Minion. He's doing all that CrossFit, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a
I
tank.
ran into him, mate.
His nickname's Minion.
His surname
called
is
Sam
Minion.
Minion.
Sam Minion. So everyone
Oh,
calls
right.
him
Not
Mini.
Despicable Me.
I thought you were...
Minion.
To be fair, he's built like one.
He
of
is
them.
built like one, though, to be
That's what he
fair.
says, like he's stocking. I was like,
Yeah,
oh, he's
he's a
nicknamed
little-
him Minion.
He's a little square, isn't he?
He's brilliant.
He's doing all that CrossFit, mate.
Yeah,
Ran
he's a
into him.
tank. He's a
Bounced
tank.
Right off. Yeah, a little grot. But he was
Yeah,
at
you're like a-
Stockport as well, wasn't he?
Yeah.
You're like a squidgy, though.
Yeah, I was like moulded round him and then just come back out.
Yeah, but you're horrible, aren't you? You're horrible to play against.
We try and be,
Yeah, you're horrible.
I think
Honest to
last
God.
season we was a bit more horrible.
I can't imagine that bench against your bench. I can imagine it.
Who, Jim? I think they get on, Jim and...
I think off the pitch, they all have a laugh. You know, same type of people, aren't they? You know, been in football their whole life. You know,
Yeah.
Jim's experienced a bit in the league through his playing and so Bernard and Jono. But I think it was all amicable after the final whistle. But yeah, just
not in the
first
bar.
half just got bad. Yeah,
It's not in the bar.
we'll leave that one there. But yeah, just like I have played up front and just got battered. 45 minutes, just got ragged everywhere.
When
Me
you were
and
telling me
Cocky.
before, like it brings back memories when the ball's down the other side of the pitch. You've just got the centre half nipping you, kicking the back of your leg, just trying to just rile you up.
I just
get a
ran. I
reaction.
was the balls, but I'm in the middle of the pitch. Balls down the far end of the pitch. I jog across the centre half, and he just like tries to whip me up. Start laughing, and I just turned back and went, "I'm gonna get you back for that," you know. And he just started laughing, and then he turned around and just stood right on the back of his Achilles. Just a bit of a yelp.
He'd go to hold the ball up, and our big 6'5" centre half would just literally run through him, trample all over him. Biggest foul ever. The ref would be like, "No, play on." I was like,
What was your first goal?
He
The
said-
first goal.
yeah.
The ball's come into me. Said I've zipped the ball off out to our wing back. Ball's gone for 2 seconds. Wardle, is it? Just lifts me. Like when I mean lifts me, you can hear it on the camera. The ball, yeah, like, and then you just hear, boom, and you just see me go up in the air, land straight on my back. I look at the referee, and he's just off. He's just off.
I was thinking, wow, the feeling.
What is going on? But yeah, it was probably a fair result in the end, I think.
Yeah, we'll take it. But that's where you started off your career anyway, which I didn't know.
Yeah,
Southport.
Southport, yeah.
Full circle, isn't it? At the minute.
Yeah.
So you started off at Southport.
Yeah, so it was quite weird, really. You know, I come through the academy, typical academy system, Tranmere, Blackburn, 4 or 5 years. I was probably about 4'7" when I was about 14. I was tiny, as you can imagine.
You've grown.
Yeah, I've grown a bit. Yeah,
Grown an inch.
Put a good foot on. And Blackburn did something weird. They merged the 15s and 16s together into one age group. Don't know why.
That kills you even more, doesn't it?
Killed me, because now you're playing against lads who are potentially 2 years older than you, rather than just your own age group. Who I'm December, so I'm like sort of in the middle.
Do you remember any names from back then?
Yeah, so our Blackburn team was a joke. Obviously, me ended up playing the league. Josh Morris ended up playing in the league, like good career. Scunny, Fleetwood, Lowy ended up going on to captain Blackburn. Jason Lowe, Phil Jones went on to play for United in England. Yeah, like we had a proper solid team, and then mixed in with a few others as well. Who else was there? Like called David Mayer. I think Mayer went on and played in America, like collegiate football, so like decent standard. But we had a really good team. Like we were one of the teams where, you know, you go and play your Arsenals and your Chelseas and United and your Liverpools, and we just batter them.
Blackburn have always had a good academy.
There was
like, even still
class.
now. Even like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just the kids in that area or the coaching, like how they play. But they just bop it.
Oh, but yeah, it was. So you've probably been to Blackburn. You know, the big indoor.
He hangs around looking for players all the time.
The big indoor unit, where I distinctly remember going in there, and I can't remember the coach's name, but he was an ex-player, played for Bolton, older fella. And before training, you had arte et labore, it was pass and move, or something, whatever it is.
Skill and hard work.
Something like that. Pass and then pass and move on the wall in big letters. And then you had like loads of little white lines. And before you started training, you had to do like a certain number of wall passes under the white line, both feet, and then a certain number of kick-ups. But the ball couldn't spin backwards on your kick-ups. Just little things like that. Yeah. It's just like, I'm 14 at that point. So I'm like, that's 16 years ago. Not 16 years ago. What am I 32 now? 18 years ago. That's the detail that they were going into. Yeah. We were really good. And left there at 15.
I wonder if it was David Hall. Not David Hall, you coached.
I can't remember. Old Bolton player back in the day. And he was lovely, to be fair. Like I say, it was a really good academy to come through and get your schooling. Do you know what I mean? I just wish I would have had that opportunity to do that 14 to 16 time frame to see if I developed, because I actually did grow a little bit when I went to Stockport. Stockport again was another mad one. Went to Stockport.
Do you think your size did hold you back? You think people had that first opinion of you straight away?
I think so, yeah, because I was visibly tiny. Do you know what I mean? Like I remember when I was year 11, I had like a year 9's blazer on. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? That size. Shoulders just ridiculous, mate, honestly. But yeah. So anyway, Stockport thing happens.
See, Stockport's not on. He doesn't say anything about
so I was at Stockport for second half of the 15s and then the 16s.
And then later on in life you came back there?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because none of it's on there.
No.
So
the irony of the thing is at Stockport, and someone told me this when I was at Stockport, and the irony is, when you were giving out the whiteys, I was a striker, right? So I played up front when I was younger. And Jim Gannon had just took over the first team at Stockport, and had sort of said, you know, this is the way we're going to play, top to bottom. And I don't know whether the timings, I could be wrong, but it was a story I was told. And he said, you know, strikers play through the middle, we want a point man, and we play 4-3-3, 4-4-2. Strikers need to be big and physical, obviously the exact opposite to what I was. So I didn't get a whitey. Years later, I go round and do my non-league rounds, ends up playing for Jim Gannon, left wing, have the season of my life for Jim.
Yeah,
one of the biggest
that's where I remember you coming through there.
Yeah. One of the biggest influences on my career, just got the best out of me, knew how to get the best out of me, knew where I needed to be at that specific time, and loved him to pieces. Like, could never ever have a bad word to say about Jim the way he was with me. And obviously went back on loan there for Stockport when they were in National League from Salford a couple of years later. But again, another story we can probably touch on. But yeah,
it's weird, people's opinions, all that from years to when he sees you again. Like he could have made a real big change in your career 10 years earlier or whatever.
I don't even necessarily think it was probably him who made the decision. It was just probably that directive of, this is the way the first team wants to play, so we need to have our...
So we're going to bring
up.
We need a big striker. Who have we got?
It's not going to be him, is it?
Yeah.
Absolute midget. So I went there and did. I was meant to do 2 years at TNS, so in the Welsh League, and they had like a 2-year college thing going on. So you went and played college football for like the English Schools League or whatever, for Walford College or something down there, and then funny, and we lived on the same campus as Shrewsbury. They're Whiteys, and like John Taylor played, Andre Gray was there, played in the Premier League. Just mad how you link in with all these players and then you see them when you go and play in the league later on in life. And I remember Andre Gray played against us for Fylde. He played when he was playing for Hinckley. He scored a hat-trick in the game. Yeah. Never seen anything like it.
Who else? Someone mentioned him the other week.
It was good.
Ridiculous.
See, I played against him a few times in the National League.
Yeah, when he was Luton.
At Luton.
It was at Luton,
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Just stanks. I think he stanks too from like 40 yards, not even like 25, like 40 yards, just bump. I
just think he looked like a footballer, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you can see lads and you think, oh, he's good, but he looked like a footballer. Like he was ripped, he was quick, his quads were like
massive,
just big and strong, and you just thought, like, if he can add a lot of goals to his games, he'll get a move. And then that season he went and scored up in 30 odd for Luton.
Ridiculous. But then I think, where did we go then?
Colwyn Bay.
Yeah, no, so I ended up back at Southport after that TNS. So I did the first season, or almost one full season at TNS. Then my older brother passed away towards the end of that first year, and I couldn't face going back and living away. Yeah. I was only 17. So I remember my granddad, again, like another really big influence on my career, my granddad, started sending letters out to all clubs, like, listen, you know, been at Blackburn and whatever, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, a fella called Alan Smart, played for Watford in the Premier League. Smarty, yeah. He was running the team at Southport. Again, we had like a decent side. Couple of lads have gone on to play in the league. Me, Sam Finley.
Was Big Earl there at the time?
Yeah, so the Big Earl and all that were in the first team.
Yeah.
So me and Sam playing in the sort of second year that youth side, and then he had a reserve team. And we won the youth league, we won the reserve league, we won the reserve cup. We had a boss team. We could get occasionally a couple of the lads playing down from the first team, come back from injury, from minutes and stuff like that. And me and Sam would then go and train with the first team on a Tuesday and Thursday night. Obviously, Liam Watson was the gaffer. You had Big Earl, lads like Alan Mugan, Michael Powell, Kev Lee, Tony Mack, who's still here now, was the goalie coach. Big T Mac was there all them years ago. So, and at the end of that season, I got a contract with the first team. It was only part-time, but was in with the first team. And then, bit
of dough in there.
Fucking 40 quid a week, mate. No, whether you class that as a bit of dough or what, but
Sound that in it.
Yeah. I was going to say, I was only 18, so, you know, it was all right.
It's not just that, though. It's just a chance to get in the first team,
100%. He was National League at that point.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was quite...
What would the first team has been on then? 300 or 400 quid?
I imagine he would have been on something like that, yeah. But... All good fun, I say. You learn quite a lot when you do the rounds in non-league at that age. You went out on loan at Skem, went out on loan at Chorley.
Skem were decent back then as well, weren't they?
Again, we had a decent little team. I think a lad played for Skem, Carl Ledgeham, ended up getting bought by Southport from Skem. Liam and Tommy used to do loads of deals for players back and forward back in those days. And then, I think leaves Southport, and that's when I goes to Colwyn Bay to sit and start, met Chal. And then...
Oh, was that Charlie there?
Chal was the gaffer at Colwyn Bay, yeah.
Was it Dave Chal there?
Yeah.
I can't remember him being at Colwyn Bay.
So he was the year before. So the year before, they got promoted from the Evo stick. Then that year in the National League North, I signs. We has a good season in the National League North, but he got off. He got off in like the November to go to Fylde.
Yeah.
And then I had a little bit of like an elevator, couple of seasons where at Colwyn Bay, plays a game against Lincoln in the FA Trophy. Dave Oldsworth, the gaffer, signs me. What a lunatic.
Yeah, you went to Lincoln in between it.
I said that, yeah. Were they National League then?
Yeah, National League, yeah. What a club. What a massive club.
Yeah.
Really good. Enjoyed that like short time I had there. Gaffer was just a lunatic, Dave Oldsworth. Used to get the lads to pay the fines in like cigars and stuff, and if you'd like piss someone off or whatever, you'd have to go and, give them a little dropsy, or like, lads had an
little drops.
Lads had an appearance fee. How much your appearance fee? £2 50 quid on my desk Monday morning.
What, you can get yourself on.
That's class. Crazy stuff, mate.
What, so if you owed him dough, you'd have to give him it in cigars?
Yeah, so like if you had like a club fine, he'd take the fine in cigars. Like he had this specific brand of cigars that he always used to get the lads to buy him, and that, yeah.
That's brilliant. So I won't mention who it were, but I know a manager who do exactly the same as that with lads in the Championship and the Prem.
Oh wow, okay.
So you can,
so that's like
so instead of 50 quid,
yeah,
more than that. It's like twos, threes, fours, grand.
Wow.
So it's like, what's your appearance fee? Right, okay,
$4 grand.
Right, get yourself on. But I want 50% of that on my desk on Monday in cash.
Oh, it's
not worth that, is it?
That's not worth that, is it?
It?
If you think about it, you get £4 appearance fee, you got to give 50% straight away in cash, and you know if you're getting 45% tax, you're coming out with about 200 quid.
No, but like you're talking, they might have been on 10 grand.
Oh yeah, of course.
10 grand in appearance, and he wants a one, like £1 grand, $2 grand on your desk.
That's
I'm doing it all day.
But you know what though, like. How many stories have you heard of like things like this that go on, and to the average person or like the average fan who watches football on the weekend and loves the club, knows the game inside out for, you know, someone of, they would never believe anything like this goes on. Do you know what I mean?
Why the fuck's he bringing him on?
Yeah.
Oh, he's got the most
biggest appearance fee.
It's crap, but
why is he going on up front?
I'd do it all day.
100%.
Yeah.
So you went back to Colwyn Bay after that, but you had a contract that said, if anyone comes in for me,
I can go from National League,
at
It
any
happened
time.
again in January, went to Tamworth. So it was like Colwyn Bay, Lincoln, back to Colwyn Bay, clause in, if no National League club, I can go for free 7 days. Tamworth coming into me that January.
Not bad to have that, is it, as a young
No,
lad?
it's good. And did you have anybody looking after you at that time, just doing...
One of me probably, not regrets, but when you look back in hindsight, and I only got an agent that season I went to Stockport. I honestly think if I would have had an agent from when I probably went to Lincoln that first time, because I went to Lincoln, I did well. Like I was playing well, coming off the bench. Any game that I started, I did well. I scored, a little bit of a weird fact, Jordan Pickford was on loan at Darlington at that same point, and I scored 2 goals past him.
Beautiful. Do you remember the goals as well?
I can do, yeah. One was...
Was it at Darlow?
I was at Lincoln. Touch, come across my feet. I've come. First one, not like an amazing one, but I've gone, touch out feet, straight, struck it across goal, clipped the shin pad, and like he's gone down, it's gone over him. And then the second one was like a rebound. I've just thudded it straight underneath him as he's come out.
You're an Everton fan as well.
Yeah.
I must have been.
For me sins, mate, yeah.
Yeah.
Painful subject at the minute, that.
So how old was he then at the time?
He must have only been...
18?
Well, I was 19-ish. We must have only been 18, 17. I don't know how old he is. I'm 32 now, so I don't know how old Pickford is. But yeah, he must have only been...
he must be younger than you.
Must be a little bit younger
But he's
than
not
me.
that much younger.
No. 30.
Nah,
He
yeah.
can only have been 17, 18.
31, yeah,
can't he?
17, 18.
Darlington aren't having a 16-year-old keeper in, are they?
You never know,
So
though, because
you
he was
never
at
know.
a North East club, wasn't he? Where was he at when he was younger? He's from up that way, isn't he?
He must have been older than that.
Yeah.
Oh, where was he at?
It's got to be one of the North East. Middlesbrough, Sunderland,
I didn't
Newcastle.
even know he played there. Fair enough.
Great little fact.
What was Tamworth like?
Tamworth was decent. Funny little club.
They're doing all right now, aren't they?
Yeah, they're in the
called
National
it?
League again.
Oh,
They went up, yeah. Good little club
Telford,
again.
The Stags, is it?
Which the Lambs.
Telford.
The Lamb.
Is
Oh
that what
no,
it is?
sorry. The Lamb Ground is what it used to be
Is
called.
that what it is?
It used to be
Right,
called the
that's the
Lamb.
Yeah.
Can't remember what they were called though. But yeah, no, it was good little experience. I had to go and live down there. Lived in a house with a couple of other lads, which again was an experience in itself, as you can imagine. But yeah, all good. It was quite a strange little period in my life, that, because you're getting little tastes of full time, and then you're back to part time in 4 months, and then you're back full time 4 months later, and you're like, I didn't know whether I was coming or going.
Yeah.
And then
Was you working as well? When you had to drop back, you just...
I'm fully
all
on it at this
football.
point, yeah.
Right,
And like fully on it, like devoting every second of my life to try and do it, which is, again, my life's been quite filled with irony, to be honest. So I comes back home after that Tamworth stint, and all through the summer, the gaffer, we want to keep you, this and that, and I'm like, right, okay, sound. Obviously, I've done really well.
Who's the gaffer?
Oh, fuck, I
Can't remember.
Can't remember. Dale, I think his name was. Can't remember the second name. But his assistant, and I never forget his assistant because he's gone on and done really well. Scotty Lindsay. He's at Crawley now, and Scotty was a good coach. and we had like Leandri, Darren Byfield were at Tamworth at the time, so we had a decent little squad. I learned quite a lot from
Leandri, the
play for England, Leandri
ex-Aston
Villa,
Villa,
yeah. And good
How
lad.
old was he then? Like,
He was coming to him and
late
Bars were coming
30s.
towards the end, but like, you know, seeing him back around football, and Endo's actually like commentated on a few games. He's doing all the media stuff, so it's again funny. But yeah, so comes over from Tamworth, and all the way through that summer, we want to sign, you want to give you a deal, blah blah blah. Yeah, right, okay, signed. And you know when you get feelings, don't you? And I've gone, right, okay, I'll come down and sign. We'd agreed the deal. You're going on holiday, aren't you, next week? I said, yeah. Go on your holiday.
yeah. Oh,
When
right,
you get
yeah.
back, come down and sign. And I just went, yeah, okay, all right, then signed. Gets back. Boop, boop. Welcome to the O2 voicemail. I'm like, oh, you fucker.
Oh, really?
Anyway, so obviously...
Did they not pick up? Did they not give you any explanation?
That's the last time I heard from him.
Oh, that's shit, innit?
No.
Go on, you're
That's
right.
the last time I
Shit.
heard from him, and I got a call off Scotty, Lindsay. He said, listen, we've got, for the money we were going to pay you, which weren't a lot, by the way, got two 18-year-old lads on loan, one from Villa, one from Birmingham, and they're going to live in the house. So they're going to cost us nothing, whereas you were going to cost us maybe 400 or 500 quid or whatever.
Oh, geez.
And you're just like, what? So that was me then. I'm 20-ish, 21-ish now, and I'm like, I can't really do this much longer. On me to like working, you know, getting out of college with the joinery or the sparkling or whatever, starting to earn good dough. Let's book this holiday, let's book that holiday. I'm earning no money, got no club, nothing. And then obviously Chal had gone to Fylde. You know what I mean? He said, you fancy it? I was like, mad, yeah, sound. He offered me good dough. So I was like,
Are they in the north at this point?
no, so they're in the
MPL.
Evo stick.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
I don't know, you drop down to that level again, but in National League. But anyway, I think me being in the National League probably got me a better deal than what most works. I got a good deal at Fylde that first year. And lo and behold, goes there. We rips it up, gets promoted. We doesn't win the league. We had a little bit of a nightmare over Christmas, which we always did because we actually tried to play nice football.
He's had a good team though,
yeah,
didn't he?
me.
Playing at KP, was
Bradley,
you?
but yeah, Bradley Barnes.
Brad Barnes.
Michael Barnes, Richie Allen. Who else was there? Jamie Rainford that first season. Adam Sumner.
Adam Sumner, remember he come from Fleetwood, didn't he?
We ended up
Left
with
foot.
Casper
We ended up
Hughes.
with Brad Barnes and
Harry.
Rich Allen
And
at
Harry.
Salford. Yeah, true.
Can't remember Brad Barnes.
Harry Winter, yeah, he's another one. Them two, Harry and Brad in mid. Jesus Christ, they were like fucking double act them at and deck. Both just proper manx. Both
Yeah, they
games
were.
fuck for a scrap.
Oh, were they?
Brad
used
was
to just
proper
go off.
orange, wasn't he?
Brad was just
Stocky.
like, you know, two 42-inch TVs under his arms. You all right, Lloyd? All right, that honest to God. But like, heart of gold, diamond of a fella, and something funny, right? So, I was there 3 years, right? And Brad loved a tactical sending off, right? And it always used to come around Christmas.
You've got to do it, haven't you?
Mate,
Did you know he planned it as well?
it was never ever proven. But
Yeah.
He'd probably tell you now.
yeah, he'd probably tell you now, he would be a great person to get on here because he's a nutter. Hysterical, and he'd have some boss stories from non-league back in the day. But yeah,
And he wouldn't be asked about telling
Well, he wouldn't.
anything.
No, he wouldn't because you're not playing in the games. Nothing to worry about. But yeah, he had like tactical bookings at certain, you know, big weekends in the football calendar. The game before it'd be, you know, like a booking in the first minute, and then he just lashed the ball at someone right at the end of the
Last
game.
minute.
Second yellow card, yeah. Or you know, right at the end if it was like Christmas. I remember one year. I can't remember whether it was the first or the second year. Game before Boxing Day. Just like right at the end of the game, just absolutely broke some kid in two. I think I can't remember what year it was, and just straight there. We missed the whole Christmas campaign, and Chal sort of like half couldn't accuse him of it.
Yeah.
But everyone knew. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, funny. You meet loads of lads like that through non-league who just aren't bothered.
Imagine being a manager though. You know what's coming. You're like, you can see him flying into a challenge, and all you're thinking is, you bastard.
Yeah.
Do you
I know
not
what
mention
you're
it before?
doing.
I imagine you said like, right, Brad, we know Christmas is coming up. Can we just not do it this year, please?
Yeah.
Like, I know
2 minutes to go.
Whack.
Oh well. But well, you got promotion and joint top scorer that year.
That first year, yeah.
Who was that? Who else was top scorer then?
Richie, me and Richie Allen.
Yeah, I was
it
gonna
might have been
say
Richie. It
Richie.
might have been Michael Barnes. Can't remember. No, do you know what it might have been? No, Blinks was the second year. I can't remember who played up front for us that first year. Because the second season when he went into the National League North, Barnesy was sort of on the way out. And it was sort of me and Richie. And
Playing up front as a 2.
no, so we were wide, played 4-3-3. And he had, remember Matty Blinkhorn?
Yeah, Big
Blinks
Matty.
come in, and that sort of was the end of Jamie Rainford. Then he sort of phased Reino out as well, and it was sort of me, Richie, and Blinks. And then
When did Roll come in?
Robbie come in towards the end of that second season, if I imagine, or it might have been the third season. But he signed Dion Charles.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he did.
He signed Dion Charles, and that was sort of not the end for me, but I could see then you had me, Barnsley, Richie, Dion, and I think there was another young kid as well. And my gripe with my time there was I was still scoring goals, but my minutes were coming down and down and down and down, but my goals weren't coming down at the same time. So you can imagine you're getting frustrated even more. The next season he brings Matty Hughes in, the little blonde lad from Chester, on big money. I'm talking, we were still more or less part-time. He was on like 750 quid a week, rumoured, part-time. And I think that third season, I made about 19 appearances, but I still had double figures in goals, I think.
Yeah, so you were still
And
doing
saying
well.
to them, like, whoa, what's going on here?
And I'll never forget a game. It was, again, funny. So Liam Watson's managing Stalybridge at this point, and obviously I'd had Liam at Fylde at Southport, and Jim Gannon sat in the stand with Alan Lord, who was my manager in the academy. Loved Lordy. Like, Lordy was one of the big reasons I went back to Stockport. Anyway, we're getting beat 1-0 by Stalybridge away, and we're going for the playoffs in this third season. Or might have even been going for the league. And we get it back to 1-1. And I'm on the bench. I've got the most goals of anyone on the bench. And he doesn't put me on. And I just, as soon as he made the third sub, whipped the shinnies out.
It's a horrible feeling, that, innit?
Whipped the shinnies out.
I've been there a couple of times.
Took me bib off. I'm done. Lashed it in the thing. Obviously, not the right way to act or go about it.
But you've got the most goals on the bench and you're not winning.
What is going on?
Yeah.
Like, and there's been a few instances of that in my career where I'm like,
at that point though, there's not much that can go worse. He obviously doesn't think.
He doesn't think.
Doesn't think a lot about it.
Exactly.
Yeah?
So I pulled him straight after the game in my stand, and me.
Is it not because he's in Jim and someone else?
I don't know.
You're not
I think
thinking
no.
like
It's
that
not
as a
even thinking of
manager.
that. That's just like in
That's
hindsight,
how,
looking back.
Elliot Kebby was thinking it. They're not putting me on because they know I'll get a move. That's what he used to say.
Yeah. But in hindsight,
Exactly
you look
what
back and you
managers
look
do.
at.
They go, right, I'm desperate for a goal. I could get sacked. I won't put him on because he might get a big move and a load of money for us. So
It makes no sense, does it? Makes no sense. But I'm only looking back in hindsight, thinking all of those little pieces of the puzzle. They must have started seeing my reaction and thought, well, yeah, we might be able to get him in the summer. But I was done, lads. Right, I remember saying to me missus, who was still my missus now, my fiance, I'm finished. I'd obviously started working these last few years at Fylde. I was working for a good business. I was on a good trajectory. I was dead happy, and I was like, listen, I just can't be arsed with this no more. Football, I always used to phrase it, and especially that year at Stockport, it was the happiest season of my life, because even in the instance I had a bad session or a bad game, I'd go into work and I'd have a good meeting, or you'd do something good in work and you pitch you back up. Whereas that season, I was just finding my feet in work, footy was going an absolute bomb scare, and I was just like, I don't need this added stress anymore.
Isn't it weird how football, like even when I talk to like older guys, how football can rule your emotions in life? It's weird, isn't it? Like, it's different when you're playing it and it's your job, because it's like it is your life. But some people's whole happiness goes on, like if Liverpool won at the weekend.
Yes, I don't understand.
And you're
that.
just like, come on.
I'm not normally that bothered, but I've been pretty down about not winning a game, and I'm not normally that arsed. So imagine the people that are arsed a lot. Like, it's going to affect you, innit? Like, because it was doing my head in.
Yeah, but also you've not been contributing, and you've been
Yeah,
awful.
there is that. Yeah,
You've put a lot of weight on.
Lad, he's absolutely nailing you, isn't he?
it's how we get the views. That
It is, yeah. You know, like when you put somebody down so much that they react and get themselves. That's what I'm trying to do.
Trying to spark that reaction.
Spark that reaction. It's all in
Just happy we played them now, because it would have been against us more often than that.
Yeah, you have to, when you get to our place, I'll be a new animal.
Yeah.
Be a beast.
You're going to need a big police presence for that one, I think.
So you pulled him. What's he said?
So just usual. I'm like that exact thing. Like, I've got this many goals, this many assists. How can you look back at your bench and not put me on? Just got the usual spiel that you get from certain gaffers. You know, the generic stuff.
I don't get what he can say there. That
well, what he didn't say the right thing. He weren't honest, and I physically remember the assistant Cole coming over and going, lads, like, what are you doing? Because we were having a proper screamer match in the stand behind the goal away Stady Bridge, like proper slanging match. And this is in like the March, so I know I'm done. I don't think I played towards the end of the season. We got beat by guys in the semi-final of the playoffs. I couldn't have been happier. I was like, I didn't want,
Gaisley scarf.
Yeah, I sat there in my scarf with the scarf and the thing. I couldn't, honest to God, and I've never been so like, no, I used the word vindictive, but I was just that, he destroyed me mentally that much that season. I was like, I really don't want to see you do well. Yeah. And that's as honest as I can be. Yeah. Obviously, you go on, and me and Chal have caught up since and absolutely buried the hatchet like no problem, and what he's doing at Stockport now is absolutely incredible. Unreal, and I wish him and our club nothing but success. I hope they go and absolutely walk that league this year. But just at that time, it meant so much to me, because I felt like I've been doing loads of like goals for seasons and seasons, not even a sniff of a move. And I'm like, oh my God, I just felt like the wheels had come off that season. Yeah. Not playing, still scoring all right goals, but like I've not had the exposure that I needed. And that's ultimately when I said, this is destroying me. Like, I can't do this anymore. It's too emotional. And that's sort of when, like I said, the irony of I'm all in. I had that little holiday with my missus and sort of said, I can't even be arsed with this. Like, I'm not even bothered. Anyway, comes the end of the season.
Was you ready to knock it on the head?
It says you was ready.
I'm like saying to me missus, I'm going to just give this. Like, I'm done. And that was at the end of the season. And she was like, listen, let's just go on holiday and see what happens. Actually, sorry, it wasn't Gaisley. We got beat by North Ferriby. It was away.
It's even worse.
Yeah, North Ferriby away. And it was the final, actually. It was the final. Sorry, that was the second season we got beat by Gaisley in the playoffs. Third season was the final away at North Ferriby. I didn't start. And you're just like, oh no, what's going on here? So,
final as well. It's
yeah. But anyway, I'm done. Says to the missus, finished. Just going to focus on work. I'll be dead happy. If I want to play footy, I'll go and play with the lads on a Sunday.
It's all right saying that though, but as soon as you get a call...
No, mate, the Monday... No, this is how ironic it is. The Monday morning, Jim Gannon. Danny, it's Jim. Are you okay? Like, will you come and have a chat with me at the stadium?
No, I'm done. I'm done, Jim.
I was like, Jim, honest to God, I had a conversation with Mrs. yesterday. I don't even know whether I don't know whether I've got the stomach for it anymore, you know. He's like, please just come.
How old are you? They're
24, 25. No.
23, 24.
24.
Yeah.
Turned 25 that year. I was like, I don't know whether I've got the stomach for it anymore. I'm focusing on work and see what else comes up. He's like, just please come down. Bring your missus. It's fucking a bit weird.
All right, Jim.
Yeah, all right.
You go in there for a massage. Danny, you come with me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so I drives down with me missus. We go to Stockport, and I'd played there once for Lincoln. Couldn't remember. And I just remember walking out, and he walks me onto the pitch, and I just looked up to the Cheadle on the right, and I thought, fucking hell, that's all right, innit?
It's a big stand, that,
big stand, and I'm like, fucking hell. Every other week, he's like, we're getting like, 3,000-4,000 again. I'm like, all right, sound. And he brings me back in, little tactics board. He's got this little tactics board, and off you have to go down to his office. He's got this little tactics board set up. He's like, there's you there on the left. And he's like, and you can go with this little thing on it anywhere you want. I'm going to set this team up around you because I know you will get 20 goals. Like, this is weird because
like, what a feeling to hear that.
I had never had a manager speak to me like that in my whole career.
Even though you know it's lies, but it's real good to hear.
Yeah. Do you know when you just sat up and you're like, that's different?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm either going to get led down the garden path again here and I'm going to get like proper my arse felt again, or this could be the one.
Yeah.
But I never forget, my missus said to me, why are you so arsed? Just be less arsed. Just go and play. Anyway, the offer come over that night. Fucking hell, that's a bit of dough, that. It's more than what I was on Fylde. I'm like, fucking hell. Can't really say no to that.
Yeah.
And I got more money every so many appearances, more money every so more goals. I'm like, fucking hell, could end up on fucking good dough, yeah.
Was it part-time?
Yeah. So I'm like, fuck it. Well, it's only a year. Give it one last go.
And you're only 24.
I'm only 24,
Yeah.
25. Give it one last fucking go. But at the time, you think you're finished because, you know, you're 24, 25. You've not played higher than the National League. And let's have it right. It's not
very rare that
it's very rare that at that time, there weren't loads of lads scaling now, where it's like most League 2 teams now, they're signing 2 and 3 players from below the leagues every summer just for a chance because they want to find that next one that goes and gets sold for X amount.
Yeah.
Perfect example, Toby Malachi playing at Alty.
Is it Crawley now?
At Crawley now. He's gone from the National League in 18 months to League One with Crawley. Like, that's like a dream. He's 28, 27, 28.
When I was with him, he had a bit of a wobble like you because they had 2 centre-halves that were playing in front of him. He'd had a few niggles, but he knew he was better than where he was playing. Like, he would come in like pissed up, spewing in the bin for training and stuff. Yeah, but I was just like, Tobes, you're a mess. Like, you need to sort it out. He's like, yeah, I know, I'm gonna sort it, and he did, and then he went on. But yeah, what a guy.
Yeah, great kid. Like, great kid, proper athlete. Like, I've never seen that side because when he come to Rochdale, mentality and like profile was just perfect.
Yeah,
you could tell he was gonna go on like playing right side centre half in a back three. He was like fucking putting crosses in.
Monster he is.
Like, animal. Yeah.
Call him Lord Truncheon.
And
I think who he is.
Yeah.
Big fella he is.
Yeah.
Who is that?
Yeah.
Long in the shower.
Yeah, very long.
Mate, yeah. Proper piece, mate. Yeah.
Proper piece.
Yeah. But so I does that.
Jug.
Yeah. I signed, and literally the rest is not history, but like
He had a real good season.
Oh my god! First game, Alfreton, goal, assist. I'm like, yeah, this is on. I finished 29 goals and 21 assists in like 40 something appearances that year in all comps.
I think we was the league below you then. But
no, you were in Salford were in our league.
No, I was at Alty then.
Oh, was you?
Yeah.
Ah, right, okay.
And I just remember thinking,
what was you in then? What was
National
that?
League North.
Is that the
Alty
North?
scored again. He's just scoring and scoring, but
it was ridiculous. I couldn't miss. I think there was a 4-game period in the season where I didn't get a goal or an assist, and that was it. That was the longest.
Who was you playing up front with?
Big K.O. the Jai in at Barnsley, Big
Right.
K, and Josh Amos. But I wasn't playing up front. I was playing on the wing, playing 4-3-3. I did that from the wing.
Left wing or right wing?
yeah.
Cutting it on your right.
Fucking messing at you for standing on that absolute wooden leg. No,
Just
it was
on you, just
Josh Amos up top.
Josh Amos, mate. Yeah. So it was more like we played sort of lopsided, and this is where I say about Jim being a really big influence on me because he realised that I was a winger that could score goals. So he played me. So he had the middle man. He played me like an inside left, right, out high. And my first goal for Stockport is like the epitome of where Big Ben Inchcliffe just used to fucking thermo rocket the ball up the pitch. You know how big the kick is. 2 assists, direct assists that season, straight through the back. And I start out here. I run across the line.
Yeah.
Big K just pins the centre half. No one heads in. I just go bump straight through. Score. It must have happened. Carbon copy goals just all the way through the season.
So it's like a 4.
It's like 4-3-3. So
but then like a 4.
But you're just playing inside, aren't you?
I'm playing inside, and the right winger played.
If you look, there'd be like 2
here.
up top though, you 2, and then just some guy out on the right.
Just
wing.
some guy inside the middle. So it used to be Sam Minihan. He used to play Sam Minihan, that like lopsided right person, and it just worked. But ultimately, like I scored that many goals that season, we should have got the playoffs. And we had a decent
Did not make
side.
the playoffs?
We didn't make the playoffs. I scored 29 goals. Right, I think I scored 25 goals in the league. Didn't make the playoffs. Got in the National League Team of the Year. I probably would have if Robbie wouldn't have been at Fylde that year because Robbie scored like 37 goals in the league or something for Fylde when they won it that year under Chal. If he wasn't there, I'd probably get like the National League North Player of the Season. But obviously, you can't not give it to someone who scores 30 odd goals in the league. But yeah, and then towards the end of that season, there was just team after team after team coming to watch. But we had
Did you know there were people watching you then?
Because I used to walk through the door at Stockport beside the main stand. There was a little book with all the teams and just loads of different league clubs coming to watch the games.
You were just reading the book before the game.
Just like, right, who's watching me?
I used to go in and just have a little nose, and it'd like just give me a little bit. Like, I've got to be on it today.
Would it?
Yeah.
See, like today. Some lads will crumble.
Some lads, I loved it.
Yeah.
I used to go in and be like, I remember you did me ages after the game. Which are these were there? He's like, yeah, they've been in touch, they've been in touch. And we didn't even we didn't even get the chance to like really explore any other options, because we must have had about 8 or 9 teams at the end of that season all like want to put something to him, and Peter would just come out of nowhere, literally the Monday after the season finished, come down to the training ground. They signed me and Ricky Miller in that first week.
Big club as well.
Massive club.
Real.
Is that League One?
League One.
League One, yeah. And I never realised, because obviously like first time I heard about you really was when you were at Salford, because obviously like I'd left and I was watching the like
The documentary
commentating on the games and stuff like that. I didn't realise that Peterborough was the first
league club
you've gone to, which is 25-year-old.
Yeah.
Nearly 26,
nearly
which is
retiring.
unreal.
Well, do you know what the
It
maddest
just
thing
shows
was?
though, doesn't it? It just
It's
shows.
never over.
Never
Never
over.
over. And
Did anything change in your lifestyle? Did you?
I got less arsed.
Is that all it was?
Got less arsed.
Training the same, eating the same, sleeping the same.
No, I got less
Just-
arsed. And that's as honest as I can be with you lads.
And just more,
Just free.
yeah.
Just unchained the pressure. Like, wasn't going to the gym nowhere near as much because I had the job.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying to you before. When you've got 2 jobs, you can't go to the gym all the time. I'm saying now, I've got a baby and a family and a house and can't get to the gym all the time. But I'm still going in on the weekend, and there was not maybe getting shoes. Obviously, I didn't start on the weekend, but the 3 games before, I've done 3 back-to-back 12Ks in 7 days. Total distance in the game. Like, I'm fit.
Yeah.
I'm not going to the gym like a full-time player, but I can still run the distance.
Yeah.
And ultimately, I think the difference is probably the intensity you run that distance at, isn't it? I think that's when you go up the level, it's a bit different. But yeah, it's as honest as I can be, lad. I got less arsed. I went out a bit more. I was partying with my mates. We had a boss group at Stockport. Me, Minnie, G-Stop, Gary Stopforth, just G-Stop. Fucking Josh Amos was a good lad. Who else did we have in the midfield? Like the Bevy,
Must
Bradley
have had some
Barnes,
Christmas do
Harry
there.
Winter, mate.
Some nights out.
Incredible. We went to Warehouse Project one night, right?
Imagine
G-Stop's
G-Stop.
that.
Lad,
He must have had glow paint on his
Mate,
naked body.
Nuts, lunatic. We went to the Warehouse Project one night, and it was in the one where it's like underneath the bridge.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
that venue, and it was a Paradise event, and there must have been about 6 or 7 of us. We all met at Rossi's apartments before and in Manny, and then we've all gone.
Is that the PT?
Yeah,
Ross,
Rossi.
Yeah, that's
shredded in.
Absolutely
He's
chiseled
shredded,
out of marble. Never seen anything like it in my life. Just used to hate when he used to take his top off next to me, and I was in decent nick at the time. He was just fucking massive. But what a guy. And anyway, centre half Clarkey. We were all on it. We had a good night. Anyway, I just remember looking around and say the stage is there, and obviously the arches like here, aren't they? Clarkey's just got a pair of sunglasses on straight against the wall, just like that. Just staring straight at the wall, and we must have just all stood there for about 5-6 minutes just watching. He didn't move, just against the wall. His tattoo was like, stage is that way, you know, mate. Oh, mate, just
You can't say
hammered.
Hansett Warehouse Project. Not when you're playing footy.
Great.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, brilliant. But yeah, we had some boss nights there, and then yeah, I knew sort of Peterborough were interested towards the end of the season, and then just literally moved so quick. Literally ate the mess out.
How did it go down with, like, did you get to meet the manager, go on the training ground, all that kind of thing was organised?
Yeah, so season finishes, obviously Stockport knew there was a lot of interest. Stockport made me an unbelievable offer to stay part-time, like unbelievable.
Let me just get this right, you'd only signed for a year.
Yeah.
So you was on a free?
On a free.
Ah.
Like, couldn't have worked it any better.
Yeah.
You must have got some decent dough out of that then.
You got to remember, and Barry Fry always, I did another podcast with a couple of mates, Barry Fry's line was, who do you think you're signing for, Sam? Peterborough United or Man United? When we were negotiating me money, because obviously I had the job.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I've been offered this to stay part-time. I don't want to stay part-time, obviously, but you need to amalgamate the both into one wage.
Yeah.
And the first offer was like a big sign-on fee, but they were clever. The rules had just changed. You'd have to have your sign-on fee spread over the 3 years.
3 years, yeah.
So I was like, why not sign-on fee? And then he was like, no, because if you leave after a year, which I fucking did, you don't get the rest of your sign-on fee. So we were just like, that's not going to work. And that's when he said that little line to me in the office, and we all burst out laughing. And but yeah, I went down, met Grant, the manager, round the stadium, round the training ground. I remember walking out to London Road and thinking, fucking hell, like getting the same thing as I looked up at, as looking around at like the A-backs and just going, yeah, this is proper, this is a proper opportunity. And I literally didn't even, phone was off the whole day. Turn my phone back on at like 4 o'clock after I'd signed on all the pictures to my missus. Yeah, pack your stuff up, we're moving to Peterborough. She's like, what? She's like, you're not like, didn't consult anybody, just I've signed and that was it. And I ended up getting a decent deal out of it in the end, but I didn't get no signing or nothing. We just put all of the money into the basic wage, and my appearances were really good. So once I was playing and I'd established myself a little bit, which was difficult in the end.
I was going to ask that. Obviously, you'd been full-time a little bit before, in and out.
It was not
but that's
like
a different level.
It's a different level.
Yeah. League One, and these lads have been in full-time for 5-10 years. So it's a different kind of fitness in it and different kind of sharpness.
Don't get me wrong, the running stuff, I was in the top group in the running, like, fit. It's the intensity I was telling you about before. You're like, you'd run 12k in a National League North game. You would never be able to run. I would never be able to go into League One and run 12k in a game now. No. It's a different type of intensity off the ball, and your mind has to be in a different place as well.
I was obviously, like, during my job, like, stuff that I do, but I sat down with a player the other week and we were looking at his kilometres that he'd ran in a game compared to someone like Luke Shaw, who played a similar position. His average over a 31 game was 9.8k. Now, this lad was doing 10.5, and he was saying, yeah, but look at that. And I said, yeah, but look at, and exactly the same, your intensity sprints, your recovery sprints, and it was all that. And Luke Shaw's was something like 65% up on what he was doing. So it was that intensity rather than just jogging around the pitch and covering the distance. And I think that's the biggest thing when the levels go up.
Well, that's it, 100%. And it's like, it's the granular detail that you have to think about during the games. Obviously, the more levels you go up, the more the coaches get the chance to put more things into your head. Obviously, with part-time, there's only so much they can give, there's only so much information they can give you. Whereas when you're training, drilling day in, day out, you've got more things to think about. It fucks some lads up.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to do it because I weren't used to training every day. I was just injured constantly and having little niggles.
Your body couldn't cope,
couldn't do it.
I think that's the biggest thing as well. Like, some footballers need a clear mind when they're playing football. Then, like you said about being free, some players just can't take on the information and then produce it in a game.
Too much.
Yeah, they just can't handle it.
No, I completely agree. But I think that's the job of the manager, to identify
lads who can't
handle it and lads who can handle it. And then you need to give the lads who can handle it the information for the other players, so that they can talk you through the game.
Or just give them little
sound
snippets.
bites.
Every time the ball comes to you, I want you to play it. 2 touch, late wide, get forward. You know, little simple stuff like that.
But no, Peterborough was good. I look back at it. Mrs. always says I look back at it with rose-tinted glasses because it was difficult. Obviously, with moving away, she moved back after. That's funny. She used to bounce back and forward, and I remember we were sat in Nando's once, and she just sort of said, "I'm gonna go home," you know. I'm like, "Oh yes, Sam, babe, go on, go ahead, come back in a few days." I never forget it. She sort of just went, "No, like I want to go home. Like I'm not enjoying it down here." I was like, "Oh." So I was like, "Oh, yes, Sam. Like when?" She's like, "Tonight.
I've got my stuff in the car."
No, mate, we had a Nando's, left Nando's. She went, packed the stuff up and just got off. And that was it then. That was down here on my own, and then a lad moved in with me in January. But yeah, Peterborough was a really good experience. But ultimately, I feel like I did really well. My stats were good. 13 goals, 9 assists, 25 starts at the end of that first season in League One.
It's not bad, is it?
Like in all comps.
Really good.
In all comps.
Yeah.
And I just don't know what it was. I always felt like... So, I remember when I went down, I spoke to Grant, right? I'll never forget this. So, they had a lad there called Marcus Maddison. Now, this kid was incredible.
Is that him with tats?
Yes.
Yeah.
Premier League ability, non-league mentality.
Yeah.
He was just a bit of a weird egg. Do you know what I mean? And a bit of a recluse in the dressing room. He only mixed with certain lads, wouldn't give any of the other lads the time of day and things like that. Especially the lads coming up from non-league, look down at you as if you were shit on your shoe. Like, mate, you're playing in League One. Like, and that just wouldn't float with me. I'm too opinionated for someone to think that they can look down at me in a dressing room when we're now playing at the same level. Don't care where you've been. Like, if I'd have been up there and was now down at, I've been in League One.
You wouldn't treat him any
I don't
different,
treat any of our lads different because they've not played in the league. Like, who am I? I'm no one. Do you know what I mean? Fucking... sell bins for a living in the long and short of it. Do you know what I mean? Like when you break it down, granular.
If anything, he should be helping you more.
Exactly. Anyway, he was meant to be leaving. He was meant to be going to get his champ move. And then, not that I was a direct replacement because we're completely different types of winger, right? But the profile was the same. Score goals, create goals, take set pieces, that sort of maverick influence in the team where you go and create anything can happen off the cuff. That's what he did for them over a long period of time. And he was good. Like, very good. 30 plus assists a couple of seasons on the spin. But he could never get of his move because of the way he was off the pitch. And everyone knew it. And he could never escape it. And it's heartbreaking in a way. Because I actually think he's in prison now.
Oh, is there?
I think so. Like, his career's gone massively.
He went to Bolton, didn't he?
Yeah, he went to Bolton.
Marcus
Maddison. And for someone of that level of ability to not go on and have the career he should have is like, it's heartbreaking for lads who play footy because you think, fucking hell.
It's criminal.
Criminal. Do you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, it was just difficult. I got not sold a dream, but because it was a big opportunity, but I got told he was leaving. Deadline day.
Yeah.
New 3-year deal.
Oh. Did you have a chance to stay on as well? Because like I'm presuming you didn't just sign for 1 year.
No, I signed a 3-year deal.
So what happened?
They invested in me. Like I was.
So what happened after that first season? Then?
So when you went to Stockport, Jim sat you down and said, "There's you. This is what you're going to do. We're going to build a team around you." When you go to Peterborough, you're not getting that, are you?
I did. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, they told you this?
Yeah, I got the number 10 shirt.
But then as soon as you go in, you sort of.
Yeah,
Did you not feel that?
No, I did. That's what I'm saying. So the conversations I had with the manager, that's why I signed there and then straight away. Because he was like, this is where I see you. This is what you're going to do. You know, your influence on the team, you take set pieces. He pulled out eight game reports. I mean, what? 8 times. So I'm thinking, this is like the best club I could possibly go to.
Yeah.
And I look back at certain times of that season and it was amazing. Like, amazing. When I'm in the team and I'm playing and I'm doing well and I was flying. And there was other times though where you look back and think, fucking hell, that was tough. Like when Ellie left, that was a bit difficult because I went from having someone near me to being completely on my own. I was in and out, wasn't really playing. I'd done well, sort of. And then we were what the final straw for Ellie was, we were about to go and move from the apartment to a house, right? And the day we went to sign for the house, I got an in-mail on Twitter off a coach in non-league saying, do you want to come to us in January on loan? We'd have you in a National League North team.
Sorry?
I was like, what? And honest to God, brother's grave, right? This is legit, right? No, mate, like I've only just signed for Peterborough, like I'm not looking to drop back down to her. Oh, like, you've been put on a circular, you know.
What month was this? Near
December.
Christmas. Oh.
December.
4 or 5 months.
Fucking cheers, Gaffer.
So I'm like, mate, so
that's a circular for, do you know what a circular is?
Yeah, like they've offered you
basically, yeah, it's like a list of names that go out that are players available in January and that kind of for loan.
Yeah, bearing in mind, I'd scored the FA Cup hat-trick at this point on telly. I'd had man of the match on Sky, scored on me fully FL debut. I've done all right for me, like, you know, with the limited opportunity, I'd done okay. I'd had a couple of fucking stinkers. Don't get me wrong. I remember one game we played at home to Blackpool, I think, and I was unwell overnight on the Friday because I'd not played. I didn't want to give the opportunity up. Might not have even been Blackpool, might have been older, and I was done in, and I shouldn't have played. I had like a virally infection, and I remember ringing my missus going, "I've just blew it there." I got dragged off for like 55 minutes. Yeah. I couldn't move. I was proper done in. And she's like, you shouldn't have played, blah, blah, blah. And I always think back to that.
Though,
you can't, can you? I'd only been in the team 1 or 2 games before that.
Do you know what? It's easy to say now, but I don't know, it's
You've
different.
You've been waiting for your chance, you got it.
This is like October time. So I've been there.
I know, but like, if you had to play that game 10 times in a row, with how you felt, you might play well once.
Yeah.
So like, as you gain more experience, you probably did more damage than you did.
Experience though.
That's what I'm saying, because it's your first season.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So if you'd have been in it from the 3 or 4 years in, there's no way you'd have played that game.
I'd have felt a bit more comfortable in my own skin at the level, but I still felt like I had low mate. So there was a lad there called Granty, right? And since I've left, like, me and Granty have like got on. He's all right, but he was a nightmare. First 2 or 3 months in training, right, it was me and another lad who signed from non-league. So every time you give the ball away, send him back. Send him back. Where you got him from? Like stuff like that. He just used to cane us, and it was just a nightmare. But like, so it led you to not feel. You never felt comfortable, because you always felt like
you never felt worthy.
It was only banter, but
it was only
you
banter.
Don't need it, do you?
But it's not. You don't understand that it's banter because you've not been there long enough to not take it personal. Like, I'm on the come up here. This means everything to me. I've just finally got me chance, and I've come up. I've got some lad who used to be at Chelsea bashing me every single day. I'm like, oh my god, what's going on?
He's sending back.
Send him back to non-league.
Gaffer's gone like that. He might be right, actually. He had his name on that circular.
Swear to God. But that was sort of the final straw for the missus, and then it was like, this is the thing that really made me grit my teeth a little bit. So 75 grand he wanted on a perm. Lincoln were interested under the Cowleys in League 2. Not paying 75 grand for him. He only played 7 starts or 6 starts. Yeah, he scored 5 or 6 goals or whatever. But it's not worth 75 grand. We'll take him on loan. 100% of your wages then. Anyway, that's like early December around my birthday, right? We goes to Fleetwood, 19th of December. Never forget it, because it was the Christmas night out after it, right, on a Sunday. And
never goes well.
No, it went absolutely superb.
Oh, brilliant.
So we goes to Fleetwood. Lad who I've kept in touch with, Gui, was playing in front of me. Gui and Mads were playing on the wing. We played 4-3-3. And Gui gets injured, sends me on, scores the winner. As a blinder, come on after 6 minutes. So that was on the 19th.
After 6 minutes?
Come on after 6 minutes in the game.
It's a lovely start, that.
It's a lovely start. Comes on, plays really well, scores the winner, 90th minute, winner away before the Christmas night out.
Oh, how much better is the Christmas night out?
Sensational. Absolutely made the most of it, we did.
Where'd you go?
Manny.
2-dayer?
It was kind of, not really, but we were off on the Monday, and a few of us had another little go on the Monday, but we didn't.
Is this the
Sunday, because the game got moved to a Sunday.
Is this the jockey story?
Yeah, so I was rooming with a lad called Jack, JB, he was the captain, and we had obviously fancy dress, and
put you in the jockey.
obviously picked Jay out of the hat, so I was the jockey.
So you were a leprechaun or a jockey?
Yeah. Or I was going to get handcuffed to someone with no top on. And so gets back, we're staying in the McDonald, and the corridors in the McDonald are big semicircles. So me and JB have got back absolutely bladdered. Mackey's, right, but about 60 chicken nuggets between us. I'll never forget it, because we woke up and there was just chicken nuggets all over the floor in the room, because when we just the fella kid. And he was like, Lloydie, come on. It's fucking April innit? I'm like, what, what's April? It's Grand National.
Grand National entry.
3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, we've got pillows from the bedroom and like the chair set up, and you got a video of me just flying around this corner like this, he's commentating over the video, over the pillars, over the thing. Honest to God, we had to fucking took us about 45 minutes getting all the stuff back in the room.
Full bed and that.
An hour to set up, a minute to do it.
Oh mate, it was hysterical. And then we all end.
Can you remember your costume?
Yeah, mate, it was
what colour?
It was like a bastard purple with like yellow diamonds and white kecks and that. Oh, it was a bastard. I had the little hat and the glasses and everything. No whip. I had the goggles and a little cap and everything. I'll try and find it for you, because I think I might have it on my phone. I'll try and find it for you. It's fucking brilliant. But yeah, so that happens on Sunday. We plays Bury, scores 2. Plays Bradford away Boxing Day, scores again. Scored again, or got an assist against Donny on the 29th. We goes to MK Dons, don't know what happened there, but then we played Villa away in the FA Cup, beat them 3-1 at Villa Park, got an assist, got man of the match. And then
so it's going well here,
mate. This is like,
so then you realise all you need to do is go out on the piss.
Go out on the piss, set your mind free, not be arsed a bit. Yeah. And my agents then start going, a few teams having a little sniff here, you know. Like, what? He's like, yeah. He was like, championship clubs. I'm like, you're lying. He's like, no, it says. Like, fucking hell, here we go.
Like, sorry, but that is football to a T there. 5 weeks earlier,
Conference North
teams, you're being put on a circular. You have a run of 5 or 6 games, goals, man of the match. All of a sudden, championship teams interested.
Yeah. So Bradford put an offer in, and the chairman put this on his Twitter. Verbal bid. We had to, turn down a verbal bid on Boxing Day from Bradford. So bearing in mind, 3 weeks earlier, he wanted 75 grand off Lincoln. How much did he want off Bradford? How much did he turn down?
About 250 of it.
175 grand. What? Bradford are obviously in the playoffs. They didn't go and do anything. But anyway, fast forward. We played Leicester in the FA Cup. We got absolutely slapped up, 5-1. But great experience.
Yeah, that's sound, isn't it?
A-backs was sold out. I got Adrian Silva's shirt. Still got it in ours. What a fucking hell.
Did Vardy play?
No, he didn't. But Danny Simpson played. Hoof.
Is that when they won it?
Wes Morgan. Yeah, that was literally the season after. No, a couple of seasons after. They won in 2016, didn't we?
Yeah.
This is 17-18 campaign.
Right.
Yeah, 17-18 season after they won it. Schmeichel in goal. They had the big, tall Serbian kid, Adrian or Adnan Silva, his name was, number 14. He was got a shirt. Fucking hell, mate. Couldn't lay a glove on this Silva. Couldn't get near him, right? And they had this French kid, Diabate, who played on. I played left wing, he played right wing. Fucking hell, mate.
Good.
Just
insane.
Iheanacho scored the toe poke from the edge of the box. Toe poked in the far corner.
What was the difference? Just the speed.
The speed.
Athleticness.
Not even the athleticness, just the speed. They all connected.
Yeah.
Like, do you know the zip of the ball?
Yes.
Oh, it was just... Don't get me wrong, the first 3 goals were all our mistakes. We give the ball away in our half time to play because that's what we did.
Yeah.
And they just went and you can't do that against them teams. You just punish you. But after that, Bolton, deadline day, deal done. So I'm like, fucking hell, sound. Like, agents agreed the personal.
Is this end of January?
End of January.
Big club.
So day before deadline. Don't get me wrong, they were in a pickle at the time in the bottom of the champ. That was the start of the way down. And
but still, you're going up again.
I'm going up again, aren't I? So I was buzzing. Bin bagged my apartment, lads. And when I mean bin bagged, I mean like 8-9 bin bags full of stuff back in the car, up the road, waiting for Barry to do my medical, authorised medical the next day. It was like 10:30. Not a minute of sleep the whole night. Gets up in the morning, no phone call, no text. Oh, that feeling again sets you and you're like, it's horrible. So yeah, that deal fell fucking flat on its face.
It's deadline day, game over. There's no other chances.
I remember ringing my agent going, I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back. But I had to drive back and my head was just gone then. I scored a couple more goals before the end of that season, but they sacked Grant.
Imagine walking back in.
Hi ho. Took one of your old biffer bins with you.
Swear to God, mate. Wheeled in a 660 full of my boots and that.
So unlucky that though, innit?
Honestly.
So
you always
unlucky.
look back and you think, fucking hell, imagine how they just nicked that moves. You go and play in the champ for a few months.
Yeah.
If Bolton go down, someone might just pinch you for nothing and keep you up there. You never know. But
yeah, because part of the deal is, like, your agent might go, do you know what, he'll come and he'll go on this, but he has a release clause if you go down for X amount, and then somebody else in the champ next year.
Yeah, but again, that was another little close call. Didn't really happen. Comes towards the end of that season. Steve Evans had got the job. Big Evo. Loved him. Funny guy. Just absolute lunatic. Wasn't really that bothered about tactics or meetings or whatever. Like, at Peterborough was a bit different, but I've played for him again at Gillingham. We were done by 12:30, 1 o'clock.
Was
yeah, just off you go, lads, go on. Boss. Mate, honest to God, it was absolutely superb. Don't get me wrong, we lost 10 on a spin. He started doing some meetings. But
I'd love to let you go, lads, but I can't.
Yeah, Evo was all right.
There's people watching me.
But yeah.
So how did the Salford move come about after that season?
So they'd always been interested because obviously that season at Stockport, Salford were in our league, and I'd had a blinder against them every single game. Scored, assisted, we won games. And he tried to sign when I went to Peterborough. They were in the Conference North, and obviously he's like, listen, he's going to League One. Like, no disrespect, but it's not comparable.
Are they in the National League?
They're in the National League now. So Graham Alexander was the gaffer.
Is that
you didn't have John Owen Byrne then?
No.
Is that a difficult decision? It must be, because this is June, July, but at the January you're moving to the champ.
Oh yeah, my head was
and now
battered.
you're going National League.
My head was battered. To be honest, I can't say it any other way. I was just it wouldn't say it affected me anyway, but it always played on my mind. Like, I've ended up back in non-league. I've been billed full time for a year. Been in the league for a year. I've ended up back in non-league. But ultimately, it come down to Peterborough's chairman was telling my agent that he needed to get me out of his club. Like, in no uncertain terms, he needs to leave or he's not going to be playing. Yeah. Steve Evans wanted me to stay. And I know that's legit now because he signed me when I went to sign me for Gillingham. Yeah. When next opportunity he could to sign me.
Did it feel nice to be wanted again? If that makes
Yeah, it did.
You know, by somebody who really wanted you, because they'd come in before and now they wanted you again.
Yeah, no, it is. It's a funny story, right? So, because again, like, it's funny the way managers spin things to you to get you to sign for clubs, innit, right? So Gaz has done me an absolute treat as well, by the way. I'm fucking just a bit of a naive, to be honest with you, when I think back. But in fairness, we've been texting me, like, you know, he'd been texting me agent. Gary had been in touch with me agent, back and forward trying to get stuff in. I had interest from Berry. Ryan Lowe at Berry was on the phone as well.
Good job he didn't go there.
I know, this is what I'm saying. Like, but you look back and you go, will you took me to Plymouth when he goes there?
Yeah,
you never know, potentially.
Yeah.
But Graham, obviously, once the deal had sort of been, right, listen, you know, all right, I'm interested. Graham come down to meet me, drove all the way to Peterborough after the game. So I was like, fucking hell, that's a big commitment for him to drive all the way down here to speak to me. We had a good chat.
He did live there, but...
Yeah, he literally lives around the corner. Yeah, he was like, you know, we've got our own training ground. We've got an on-site gym. We've got an on-site pool. Got 2 pitches. And I'm thinking...
It was at Booze Town.
Mate, now this sounds fucking brilliant. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, to me, yeah, you know what? Get it done. Like, dead happy. So we agreed the deal. Deal was good. 3-year deal. Very happy. You know, the whole package was good.
Did you speak to the owners?
Yeah, I spoke to.
It was a club on the up as well.
Oh, mate,
it? So.
It was only going one way that year. Obviously, they were told me who else they were going to be signing in the same week. Obviously, Runes, Rory, Wisey, Pondy, Nilo. They signed 13 lads from the league that first season in the National League. So you sort of have now, even if you don't win it, you're going to be bang up there, because 13 lads from the EFL going into a National League squad, you should be up there. Do you know
Did they
what I
go
mean?
straight up?
Yes.
Yeah, straight up that season.
Only team to ever do it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So I remember first day of training, pulls into Partington, right, and just sees a Man United badge and Community Foundation Centre. I'm like, fucking hell, okay. He must have done it up inside. No fucking kitchen. No kit room, no boot room. We were in 2 separate changes, stunk of shit.
I remember it.
School pitch, where
the 2 pitches were school pitches, one of my rugby posts on sets. Do you know what I mean? And the pool and the gym that the advert say on-site pool and gym was a leisure centre.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I've been done an absolute kipper here. But in the grand scheme of things, not the most important thing. Do you know what I mean? That pre-season we had under Graham was brilliant.
You had a good season though, didn't you? I
played a lot of games, and ultimately towards the end of that season, he went really big and physical, and I sort of fell out of favour a little bit. And he used to say to me this thing: you don't score enough goals in training. We brought you in to score goals. You're not scoring goals in training, and you've not scored enough goals in the game. But ultimately, I scored goals at Stockport because I played in a 4-3-3, right up next to a striker. I scored goals at Peterborough because we were the most attacking team in League One that year in a 4-3-3. Comes to Salford and he plays 4-4-2, inverted wingers. Not going to score the same amount of goals, are you? Because you're 15 yards deeper.
Yeah, and, you don't get in the box as much.
I had 19 assists by January.
Yeah.
Or 16, 17 assists by January. I think I still scored 5-6 goals that first year. That wasn't good enough. So we come back for the second season. And again, when you get that feeling.
And you're in league, you've gone up to League 2.
Get that feeling. He said to me, we're sticking with the 3-5-2, but we're going to play a 10. That's where we see you playing. We need to be more offensive. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Bring certain players in pre-season, just come back, obviously, lad, fit as a fiddle, acing tests, left, right and centre. Goes to Austria as a boss week. You can just tell in the games and the setup of shape and stuff. You're not the first one in the passing shape drill. Yeah. You're the one standing on the mannequin first.
You got a bib on.
Yeah, and you're just like, you know, don't you? As much as you go, don't read too much into this. You know, don't
What's your name again, son?
You know,
don't read too much into it.
But my gripe with that was, I don't think the club handled it as well as they could have. There was a clear problem in message from the owners. I think a couple of the owners thought I should be playing more. And I think Greza took it a little. And I think if I was a manager now, I wouldn't have anyone telling me who to play.
Yeah, so he's sort of gone against them even more.
Against them even more, but I think he went a little bit too far with it because he fucking had me in the stands at some point. Do you know what I mean? And there was no way I shouldn't have been making a bench of 7 in League 2 because of just what I'd done. Even the season in the National League, but the season before, I'd got fucking 9 goals in League One. Yeah. Like, you should not be not making the bench. Fact. And they stopped me going out on loan to Lincoln in the August of that second season because Lincoln were in League
Lincoln
One.
are popping up quite a lot, don't they?
Yeah. Love you, Lincoln.
Because the Cowleys, they tried to get me again, and they wouldn't let me go. He said, we're going to go 4-3-3. We're getting away with the 3-5-2, so stay. Thinking, fucking hell, I'm on a good contract. I've got 18 months left. This might be the chance for me to get back in. He's playing 4-3-3. He's going to play me on the left. I'm going to smash this. I'm going to smash his head in. I think played 5 games, scored 2 goals, got an assist, got in the team of the week. And after we got beat by Cheltenham at home 3-0, and he fucking bombed me, never to be seen again. I didn't play till I went out on loan to Stockport in January. And then that January, COVID hit. Comes back from Stockport, pre-season, fittest. When I mean the fittest I've ever been, I mean like completed every single test. Yo-yo test, fucking bleep test, 20-30 test, all these other tests we were doing. I was just in optimum nick. Wasn't good enough. And then he decides to be honest with me and goes, never forget this, goes, just want to be honest with you. You're not going to play. I was like, no shit.
Yeah, I kind of got that from these.
Yeah, you know, the last 18
stand.
months, like, could have probably done with that 18 months ago, you know, like, you've proper killed me, like, here. And we had, like, not an argument, because he was a lovely fella off the pitch. Like, me and Greza got on. Like, there was at one point, I was having more chats with him than his wife. Because we'd lose on a Monday, and I'd be, come on. And he used to fucking get fucking angry thinking about it. He used to do this. You're this close.
But this close to getting my team.
Lloyd, honestly, you've been the best player in training this week. This close. 20-man squad will come out. Danny Lloyd. Skip will text you who's in training, you know, who's like missing out. Fucking, I wouldn't even be home. I'd be in the car and I'd see the buzzer come through on the dashboard. Skip. Report to Partington for 9:45 for training, and I'd just be like, these are taking the piss out of me. Yeah, so it was getting to the point where I'm getting my agent to speak to the director of football, Casper, and then the owners to be like, you need to get me gone here, because I'm gonna I've never been toxic and aggressive. Yeah. I'm one of the lads,
but I'm not far off it.
I was close to starting to really start to mess stuff up.
The thing is though, it's got to come to a point where you've got to look after yourself, and that's the top and tail.
The one thing I'll never say about Salford, right, is they were always very they were good with me in the end, in terms of, you know, when I left, they looked after me in respect to my contract. But in terms of my career, that really hindered me, that 18 months, because I'd done it 2 weeks before the window shut in August. I know I'm technically a free agent, but people are doing the business, aren't they? Yeah. I then didn't go and sign till Tranmere till the end of October. So
yeah, it says there November, and I was thinking, like, how? So they obviously paid you up, if you will, yeah.
To be fair, at this point, you were slamming videos on Twitter, weren't you? Doing your shooting drills and that. That must have got you a move.
Nah, that wasn't then. That was
flying.
That was after my injury.
Oh yeah, it was.
That was after my injury. Yeah. I documented like my whole injury when I was at Gillingham, didn't I? But yeah, I again, just another one. Tranmere, go in, do well. Just don't really get a sniff coming to the end of the season.
They play a bit different. So.
Who was the manager then? Mickey?
No, so Ian Dawes was interim,
right,
and then Keith Hill took over. For honest, Hilly, mate, what a guy!
Loads of people have mentioned him on here, aren't they?
Yeah, so many just saying he like sits in his duds and that. And
oh, mate, he was nuts. He was nuts. You're doing a passing drill, and he just go, whoa! This is getting me. This is getting me going. This and that. Watching you zip this ball out and that. He was nuts. And his favourite one is, if me aunt had balls, she'd be me uncle. That was his favourite one, lad. He just saying in the middle of a team talk with no context behind it at all. Just fucking come out with it, no, mad. But ultimately, Tranmere have got the most illogical football rivalry with Bolton, haven't they? So obviously Hilly had just been at Bolton, so they hated him from minute one. And they announced this signing.
I didn't know they had a rivalry.
Yeah, it's the
Tranmere and
most illogical.
Bolton.
Tranmere and Bolton, they hate each other, yeah. And
for no apparent reason.
Yeah, for no reason. And Hilly come after just being in the Bolton job, and they announced him after we beat Grimsby 5-1 at home, and we 8 unbeaten.
And he comes in.
And you're just like, probably weren't the best. Like, sign him, but just wait until, like, you know, we lose or have a bad result to announce. You announced them after a 5-1 home win, and it just went.
8 unbeaten. Just stick with who
with who you're going with. Do you know what I mean? Like, the lads were flying. Do you know what I mean? But again, the problem with Tranmere was you had a manager who's just, you know, 8 unbeaten, a new manager comes in, starts doing all right, but there was always a conflict of interest behind because he thinks he can do the job.
Yeah.
He had his system and his players, and Hilly had a different system with his players. Certain lads were playing under one and then not playing under the other, and it just created a little bit of a thing. Realistically, that season we were fucking very good. Peter Clark, James Vaughan, Jay Spear and Liam Fee.
Peter Clark was at Warrington the other day.
We had a good side. Clarky's must be 40 odd now. Late 30s.
Still playing.
Yeah, he's an animal. He was there an hour and a half for training, just in the gym, just getting himself ready to train every day. Proper
That's what Maynard said about him the other day. Saying,
just proper.
And I was like, to be fair, when you're 42, you've got to, or you're not going to play.
You can't just turn up.
Yeah, but he's probably been doing that all his 30s. That's why he's still doing it.
Like, he's at Everton since he was a kid. Like that's just ingrained in him. He's been in football his whole life. Do you know what I mean? But,
it does work then, doesn't it? If he's getting to that age, still playing.
Yeah, and so comes to the end of Tranmere, and again we had another good team. Do you know what I mean? We had quite a few little cannons in the dressing room. It was decent, a few good nights out. But then goes to Gillingham.
Yeah, like you've jumped up a league again.
Back up to League One. Because I've done well at Tranmere.
Right.
So Tranmere let me go before Mickey was appointed the manager, and then Mickey come back and was like, "Where the fuck's you gone?" But certain things went on behind the scenes.
Football's mad, isn't it? Like, how can Tranmere not re-sign you, let you go on a free, and you jump up a league?
It just makes no sense, does it? But obviously, went and signed back for Evo in League One for Gillingham. Yeah. And again, we had a decent little squad, but that was just a...
Did you have a young centre-half, blonde hair, big lad?
Tucker. Jack Tucker, he's at MK Dons now, yeah.
I met him in Thailand.
Yeah, he's a good lad, Tucker. Good golfer.
Yeah, I know. I was supposed to have a game with him, but didn't speak to him after Thailand.
Holiday friends.
Yeah.
I promise I'll ring you when I get back.
Yeah, but he was with his family and I was with my missus, but we were playing like head tennis in pool. Bird must have thought, what a gimp you are.
Your bed?
Yeah.
I think she's still with you. Have you seen his missus?
No.
Absolutely punching.
Really, yeah?
Yeah.
She's nice, yeah.
Fair play, lad. Well done.
No, I meant she is.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, Gillingham, what was that like then under Evo? You
it's far away again though, isn't it? Travelling.
Yeah, it is a long way.
Yeah, not half.
Is that like London based?
Kent, south east London, it's like there. London's here, it's like here. But yeah, no, it was good. Again, you look back at it with rose tinted glasses now, it's all done. It was difficult, obviously, young son, missus on her own, having to,
she didn't come down again then?
She couldn't come down, no. It was just too far. Didn't want to unsettle a little fella, do you know what I mean? And
you have 18 months there?
Well, yeah, just over a season, because I did a little tiny bit of my rehab there afterwards, but again turned into a little bit of a nightmare, but we'll get on to that. But started well, scored on the first game of the season, did okay. We weren't very good, being dead honest. We couldn't, at the level, we were just a little bit like reactive. We were constantly on the back foot in games. There was only a few games of the season where, being dead honest, maybe a couple of the other teams had a bit of an off night and we were on it. And we did all right. But I did okay personally. I was playing well. I had a good relationship with the fan base. They all loved me. When I played, it was good. And again, playing for Evo was good. We had a boss little group of lads down there. We all lived in 2 apartment blocks next to each other. We had loads of golfers. You were finished early enough. We'd go and play fucking all these boss clubs down there. We had loads of night outs. It was fucking brilliant. From that side of it, you were having a good time. Yeah, it was sound. But the actual football stuff, as I say, certain times, Evo, you wouldn't do an analysis meeting for a month and you wouldn't win a game. And then you go, right, okay, we'll have a little bit of a look at these. And Evo and his assistant Reigns are hysterical. He used to fire him, used to send him in, like one of the lads on the training pitch and that. Fucking brilliant,
What, you sacked?
Yeah, fucking get in, Reigns, I've had enough, get in. Scottish.
Sack him.
And then obviously he'd be back in the morning because they used to drive him in. Fucking brilliant. He was brilliant. And like things like we had a defender called Reece Bennett. You're on Big Benno?
Yeah.
So Benno, we were doing a shape session, one of the shape sessions that we ended up doing. And Benno was having a conversation with Jamie Cumming in goal. And he's fucking just lost it because we got tonked on the Tuesdays. This is like the Thursday, Friday trying to get prepared for this game. And he just fucking lost it. And when he lost it, he used to get like purple. Evo's face used to go purple, right? And he fucking, Benno, this is why we're fucking shit. you think you can talk when I'm trying to do fucking tactics compared to I was like, oh, Gaffer, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Fucking get in! Like, that's you, you're fucking finished. Started the next day.
Sent him in as well.
Sent him in.
Not worse
Honest,
than
but
that.
like, we didn't used to train. We used to train like a 5-minute drive from the training ground. You used to get sent in. You'd be sat in the changes on your own, waiting for the lads to come back in. Honestly, he was brilliant. He was brilliant.
You can imagine the conversation though, like, send him in. He's not fucking playing.
Shit, we need him.
Right. Who have we got to replace him? No one, Gaffer. Oh,
no, we actually didn't.
Shit.
Though we had a proper 10 squad.
Yeah, shit.
Oh,
okay, get him back in.
We played in the back three, and we did the rest of the shit with no middle centre half.
Just don't do it again.
Yeah, it was mad.
What can you do?
It's like what's it flipping? What's the England manager thing?
Mike Bassett.
Mike
Bassett,
yeah.
where you're playing with no ball.
Yeah.
Can't get it off him.
Oh.
Go get the ball.
About 3 cheers for that Ramirez. What a player.
So great film that.
What a film.
Is this where your injury was?
Yeah.
What? Just in a game?
Yeah, so we played Ipswich away. And it was mad. I was having a good little run at the time in terms of form-wise. And I was having a really good game away at Ipswich, and we arguably should have been 1 or 2 up at half-time. Kieran McKenna just took over there, and they started to really gain a bit of traction under him.
He's done well, hasn't he?
Fucking hell, mate. Wow. They are. I remember they played us New Year's Day or something, beat us 4-0 at home. I remember coming on like the last 25-30 minutes. I think I touched the ball once. Just we could, like, you know, when you like you're looking around at the lads and you're looking going, we've got nothing here. Like, there's nothing we can do to these here that's going to do anything. Like, we're literally just playing attack v defence here. Like, we get the ball back, we boot it up the pitch, push up the pitch, and they just go chance. Fucking hell, right, set up, goal kick. Boot it, give it away, stop back into shape, pop. Fucking mad. Plays them away at Portland Road. I think it was Neil Harris's 3rd game. So Neil Harris has come in. One of the most impressive first 48 hours in terms of a managerial change I've ever been involved in, and I've had quite a few managers turn over in my time. I was just like incredibly impressed with him, with his staff, with the sessions, with the plan, the how they operated, and ultimately we beat Wimbledon. First game. We goes and actually it might have been the second game, beats Wimbledon. I'll never forget it. He pulls me in the office after the Wimbledon game and he says to me, "You're gonna be so important in this running. You do everything for us, like a little talisman." So I'm thinking I'm fucking flying here, I'm buzzing here again. Ipswich away, 60 minutes, I'm on it. Like, I'm playing really well. And ball just gets cleared up pitch. I've gone to bounce the centre half and I've stepped my leg over him and he's just scissored me, like lunged into my leg, and just all of his weight and all my weight and me lad. I'll show you the pictures later, but foot gets stuck in the grass, and like my ankle like hinges, opens my whole knee up, and he's just come straight through the back of it. And the only way I can describe it to people is when you're Rubik's Cube and you push down a Rubik's Cube and just twist and you're just there and just instant, like.
Was it ACL?
And the rest, lad.
Everything.
I had a full thickness tear in my ACL, grade 3 something tear of my MCL, grade 1 tear of my PCL, and a 1 centimetre tear in my lateral meniscus. And I had, like, you know, severe bone contusions and fucking damage to me, the head of my calf and stuff like that. I remember going to see the surgeon, and I count myself lucky, right, that I got injured at Gillingham, because I was very, very close to London. In London is the 40th clinic, where they're the best knee, hip and ankle people in, like, Europe. Andy Williams, who did Van Dijk's ACL, we tried to get in with him first, and he said, "I'm going to refer you to Simon, because he's like multi-ligament specialist." So look at my knee now. If you weren't looking for a scar, you wouldn't see one.
Imagine that injury though, as well, on a fully grown adult.
I know,
like,
scary.
Would have
been so much worse, wouldn't it?
I was thinking,
where's he going with that? And then he's hit me with a dwarf choke. But yeah,
that's a bad injury, that though, isn't it?
Oh, it was
a bad injury. That's
the terrible triad. It's called
all three: PCL, MCL, ACL.
The terrible triad. Yeah, that's what it's called. But I'll never forget it, because our physio was ginger, right? Gary, lovely fella, Gaz, but he's ginger, so he's not like he's not got the most, you know, tanned complexion as you can imagine. And I said, like, come on, doc, like, just give me it straight. Like, I need to know, I need to get my head around it. He went, it's like you've let a stick of C4 off in your knee.
Just
I'm like, I looked at Gaz, and I've never seen the colour drain from someone's face in my life. But and I was just looking at him, and I was like, I was looking at a ghost. And I looked back, and I was like, right, okay. So how do we move forward from this? Like, what's the chances? And he's like, right, so there's a chance you will never play again. He's like, that's on the table, but we'll only know that after the operation. I don't actually know what I'm going to do until I get in and see it. But looking at your knee now, I'm not, like, if it's an ACL only, you're in the next week or 2 weeks because the swelling goes down. It took 7 weeks for the swelling to go down. I injured on the 5th of February, got me up on the 31st of March. I got released at the end of the season by Gillingham in the April. I moved on 2 weeks
whilst
later.
injured?
Whilst injured, they released me.
Cheers, Gillingham.
Yeah, I had no money for 7 months, no wages.
I didn't think they was allowed to do that.
Yeah.
Shit, innit?
They offer you, they pay all your medical bills and offer for you to do your rehab down there. But they had no obligation to pay you any money.
It's not like round the corner from your
exactly.
gap, is it?
And my apartment that I was sharing with one of the lads was like £1,300 a month. So I'm a paying 2 lifestyles. Like, it just doesn't work. So I remember going to Neil Harris, and Neil Harris was like, listen, mate, my hands are tied. I've just not got the money in my budget to carry anybody. If I had any spare money, I would give you it. Like, I remember saying to him, listen, I think it was £700 a week. Give me £700 a week until I'm fit from the July. Sorry, pay my half of the rent for me and give me £700 a week. I will survive till I get paid. Bearing in mind, I was on a lot more than that.
Yeah.
Because obviously I'd had appearance monies go up and I played a lot of games. I haven't got it then. Literally didn't have it in his budget to give. So I had to leave. And I went 7 months with no wages.
Oh.
I got a little bit of help off the PFA for private physio and stuff, which allowed me to go to a really good clinic towards the end of me rehab.
Not just no wages, though. You look down at your knee.
I looked down at my knee. It looked like the fucking elephant man.
You might not play again.
Yeah, I've got a family to support. I'm fucking sat there. Me missus, there's a photo of me on the couch with my little boy, and she said, I remember walking in, looking at you, and just thinking, he's gone here. I wasn't present. Do you know what I mean? I was like utterly depressed at certain points. But yeah, so that happened on the 31st of March. I made my debut for Rochdale at Boxing Day the same year. Got back in 10 months on my own.
Jesus.
Yeah,
By what?
Like, you were smashing it though.
What were you doing?
I was in the David Lloyd gym 6 days a week, 4, 5, 6 hours a day, 3 sessions a day.
What was that? Just something when you sat on that couch, went right.
I thought, you know what, like,
who were giving you sessions to follow?
So for the first 6 weeks, obviously that sort of that post-op phase, I was in Gillingham doing little bits, 4 weeks in Gillingham, and then I left. And that next like 3-4 weeks, I was a bit lost. I was going to the gym. I wasn't really sure what I was doing. I was watching reels on fucking Instagram and things like that. I was buying fucking ACL protocols and workbooks and stuff like that. Anyway, I reached out to Rhodesy, David Rhodes. He was a Salford physio. Reached out to Rhodesy because I had a really good relationship with him at Salford. I was never really injured at Salford, but I got on with him really well, and he's a top bloke. And honestly, if I wouldn't have had Rhodesy, I'd have been fucked, like properly fucked. Then. He was at Motherwell with Greza. Yeah. And obviously Greza and Skip texted me after I got injured just to say, hope you're all right and stuff. And then Rhodesy did as well. And I just said to him, listen, I need to come and see you. This is in like the June, July, so the off-season they were up at Motherwell. And he gave me training block sheets, like for 6, 7, 8 week blocks, all the way up to about month 5, month 6. So I then got funding off the PFA. It took me like 3 months to do the PFA process.
Yeah.
To go through all the fucking forms and stuff, and mate, literally, do you want
like the benevolent funding?
Yeah, benevolent fund, the accident fund, and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but mate, that process is crazy. When you're feeling that low, and they're asking you for all your income and your expenditure and your outgoings and this and that, and you're just like, fucking hell, this is a stress in itself trying to get this funding. But in the end, they was good, and I got the funding, and it allowed me to go and do. You're on that rehab for performance in Speak.
Right.
So there's a clinic in Liverpool backed by the Liverpool physio, Chris Morgan, and a guy called Matt Konopinski, who was Liverpool's head of rehab. And then he had a guy called Alan Jordan in there who was doing the S&C. I went there and they were just fucking like wizards, mate. Just sessions. I think I was doing 3 gym sessions a week with them to start. And then once I got able to run, I was doing pitch session, gym session, pitch session, gym session. So 4 sessions a week. And then I was going to gym. I was 6-7 days a week for 10 months.
You find like so. Cozzy said that he'd seen you going through yours, and when he did his, he reached out to you then and asked how you did it.
Who's that?
Matty Cozolo.
Yeah, Cozzy reached out, and I've had double figures of like lads who've like watched from afar and then reached out and be like, I've done it, like, can you help? And I just send them loads of these worksheets. Go, yeah, this is what I followed, this is what I did. If you need anything, give me a shout.
When I heard that, then when you do all three, I think you're looking minimum like 40 months.
Minimum. The surgeon said it's a 2-year injury.
Yeah, 100%.
And I remember going back. You've
done 10 months and you've had no problems with it.
Got to think, said, right, I've played X amount of games in my career, right? Never had an injury before that one. Never had an injury, right? What? And I remember speaking to a couple of clubs. I went to train with Burton after 7.5 months, right? First day, warm up, boxers, 10v10. Dino Marmaria.
You went
straight in.
Dino Marmaria,
lunatic.
He is in it.
Yeah. And I remember there was a lad, Tyler Onyangyo, on loan from Everton, right? And so the first session he said, listen, he's just come back from an injury. Everyone give him a little bit of a wide berth, like don't be rattling into him and all that. But I had a really good first training session. I remember walking off the pitch and I was saying to this Tyler, all my family at Everton fans were having a good bit of a gap in that. And he was like, you've been out for fucking 7.5 months? Like, yeah. He's like, fucking hell, mate. Like, I've never seen anything like that in my life. Because Aaron, who was the kid at Everton, Andros Townsend, did the same, didn't he? He was out for 16 months and he just did his ACL on his own, nothing else. Out for 16 months in the Premier League club.
7.5 months, fucking some healing process, that.
But it was just, I was obsessed.
I think it took Cozzy that long to get up.
I was obsessed.
Like that.
Yeah. It made, and this is what I'm saying to you before. I said, like, I was lucky I had access to that clinic and that surgeon, because the level of operation that I got clearly was like A-star plus miracle, standard. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like miracle op.
Yeah.
And funny, so I comes round after the op, obviously fucking high as a kite, right? And the physio stood next to me, and I don't remember any of this, but I've come round and I've sort of come to and just started going, pain! I need more painkillers. Screaming me head off in this like recovery ward. So they give me more stuff. They've given me more stuff. And I've come round and there's this little like nurse, I think she was Ethiopian. And I was trying to like say to her, like, I need a cup of tea, love. Like, can you get me a cup of tea? And I was going to, listen, love, go down the end of my bed there. There's tea bags in the pocket of my jacket there. Go and get me some tea bags in my jacket. Go and get me a cup of tea. You know, just absolutely loopy. There was fucking no tea bags in my pocket. Didn't know what the fuck I was saying, trying to bribe her to make me a fucking cuppa, as if there was some like contraband tea bags that I shouldn't have had in my pocket.
Thought you was in prison.
Yeah, also I was in jug.
Scouser and a tea leaf.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
So who's the manager then of Rochdale? Has he gone back to
Bentley.
Big Jim Bentley?
Jim Bentley gone to that. So he took you back.
He took me to Rochdale.
1 month deal.
1 month. So come back off my ACL. I got a 1 month deal.
1 month.
Tell you what, we'll give you a month, Fylde.
Yeah.
Right, sound.
You're going to give me? I'll give you a couple hundred quid.
Yeah, I got a month. Yeah, fucking absolutely next to nothing. And then, but you know, the most he could give me, and I trusted Jim that it was the most he could give me. And he said, listen, get through this month and I'll get you as much as I can. And to be fair, he doubled what he gave me. And you know,
he signed to the end of the season, didn't he?
Signed to the end of the season, had a boss season, like boss end of the season. I played over 2,000 minutes, 2,200 odd minutes.
In League Two?
In League Two, yeah. Don't get me wrong, we struggled, but I played a lot of minutes, played a lot of games, did well, scored some good goals, and then didn't really felt
sorry, how did that feel? That must have been...
That's
got to be one of your biggest highlights of your career, that. When you get back from that in League Two, somewhere where you've always wanted to be in the league. You've got, after that injury, you've got back and you're playing and scoring.
I remember my first
some achievement that.
We were getting beat 2-0 at the time, so it took the gloss off it, but it was fucking absolute stanched it.
Yeah, we're going to say that feeling, mate, first goal when you've got back from that injury.
Just like incredible. Couldn't really celebrate too much because obviously we were getting beat, but I remember just sitting there on the couch on the way home from Ori and thinking, yeah, fucking hell, I've done it, I'm back. Like, I've scored now. And I scored an absolute fucking whopper against Swindon at home, like 35 yards, straight across into the top corner. And that was to bring it back.
With your bad leg?
With the lefty, yeah. Mate, I hit the ball so much harder now.
Who's a surgeon?
Bionic leg.
I hit the ball so much harder now. Just because of the fucking, mate, you literally got to think, all you do when you're injured is fucking leg weights.
Yeah.
Leg weights. That's all you do, lads. It's mad. It's crazy.
So I can remember, like, I'm only asking because I was out for a year with the first kind of like blood disease that I had before I had to retire. But when I came back after that year, I remember my first goal back. I cried when I scored. I was that emotional because I didn't think I'd ever play again. That I can like you for you thinking that that's finished, and then 7.5 months you're back training, 10 months you're playing and scoring.
I was ready to play after 8.5 months. It was just like when I signed for Rochdale, and it was like a big freeze, like a big thaw, like 2 weeks, just no games before Christmas.
So you could have played earlier.
I only had 2 weeks the first month. So that first 4-week contract I signed, I didn't play for 2 weeks. 2 weeks games.
Some month.
Oh, it was fucking crazy. I think my neighbour's debut at Boxing Day, Hartlepool Rome.
So then after that, you finished the season with Rochdale, out of contract. Did they go down that season?
Yeah.
And then you've gone to Livingston in Scotland.
Absolutely bonkers. Bonkers, mate. Scary.
It is a bit of a weird move, isn't it? In the end?
It's mad.
Scottish Prem though, isn't it?
Scottish Prem on paper, like really good opportunity, but just, didn't never really materialise for me up there, to be honest. Goes up there, again, I am the most naive person ever. Because I go in, I sit in front of these managers, and, you know, Davey was saying to me, you know, you're versatile, you can play in there, you can play out there, you can play up there, looked at your stats, you know, you have this many more shots, and I'm like, you have this many more shots versus the SPL League average, you'd win this amount of duels, you do this, you do that. I'm like, fucking hell, sound. And I've watched it insane, and you're aggressive, you go and get after it, I'm like, yeah, sound. I don't think I made 6 appearances.
I see you
on my bench. You just fucking stay there.
You sit there, son.
I just don't get it.
I don't get it. What's the point? Because it's not, mate, he gives me all right money as well.
Yeah, just lying.
Like, I'm like, what is the point? I don't get it. And then, you know, it is what it is. There's not really too much to say about there. I don't have no bit ill feelings against him or the club. You know, I actually enjoyed it up there. The lads were sound. We had a couple of good nights out. Some funny characters up here. The Scots are just fucking nuts, aren't they?
Yeah. Where's it near?
So Livingston is like an overspill town from Edinburgh and Glasgow. It's like smack bang in the
middle. Right, okay. Also, two massive cities.
Don't tell me on me. Like, I come on at Ibrox away.
Did you?
Fucking brilliant, mate. Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask, like, did you play against any of the big two?
Yeah, I did never get to play against Celtic, which I was good at that. But it was,
Ibrox.
I come on at Ibrox, come on at Tynecastle away, Hearts. I did come on against Aberdeen. Don't think come on against Aberdeen. But
even that, like, as though I know you didn't play much.
Some good experience.
Great experience, great memories. Like when your kids are growing up and you can show them stuff like that. And like I say, from just listening to the whole story, from giving it up at 24, if someone would have said to you, do you know what, mate, in 6-7 years' time,
playing in the SPL,
you'll be playing in the SPL against Rangers, you'd have fucking snapped their hand off, wouldn't you?
You know what I mean? It's mad, and you know, it mixed in all there. You've got like the days out like Villa away where you get man of the match at Villa Park, and you're playing against like John Terry and Grealish and Hoolahan, and then you play against Leicester, and you're playing against all these flags you're playing in the Premier League. You go to Wembley twice, you're playing a domestic cup final for Tranmere against Sunderland. Like, all of those things I've achieved in like small 6-7 year career.
6-7 years,
lads play for 20 years and never play at Wembley. I've been to Wembley twice, got promoted once, and then obviously we lost at Sunderland. But like, again, it's just like, I do think I'm very lucky to have achieved, like, done that. And look back, and you know, compared to some other lads' careers, it's nowhere near as successful or as long.
No, but what you've crammed in, like you said, what you've crammed into that 6-7 years. Some lads have 15 years careers and don't achieve that.
You still got it now as well, haven't you? Still got a bit to go.
Still got a little bit to go, I say. Feel good. You know, distances are still good. Still feel like I've got a good little bit of zip in the legs. You know, I think I've got 5 goals and 3 assists in 9 games now, or 8 games. So I'm doing all right. Still good.
Enjoying it?
Yeah, it's good. You know, don't get me like, you know, playing for Southport, it's like my hometown club. I live in Birkdale.
Yeah.
Stadium's 6 minutes away from my house. We train 20 minutes away.
You get us on the golf course or what?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, you can come and play my course anytime you want, lads.
Nice.
What do you play off?
So what?
Just got mine now.
That's a classic shout from someone who's not very good. Absolute hacker.
No, 14.
14, that's not too bad.
I'm about 10.
Well, that's sound. First handicap at 10, that's good. Yeah, that's good. I think I'm off 9 or 10. Like right. I think it might be 9 now.
So I've just got my first one. It's higher, so I can get in a few comps.
That's the one, lad.
But
Yeah.
I'm not.
Shot 7 over over there, yeah.
Yeah,
You don't want to be. You don't want to have that tag of handicap manipulator on your thing. No, you need to be
Handicap
careful.
cheat.
Handicap manipulator. You need
No,
to
there
stay
was
away from that.
legitimate cards, but on different courses.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
So
That's absolutely no problem.
Oh, mate, but great listening to the stories.
yeah, great career.
Really, really
Thank
enjoyed
you,
it.
lads.
Yeah, it was really, really good.
How did it feel talking about it?
Good. I love doing stuff like this.
Yeah.
I really do. You know, it's as much as, you know, there's loads going on in general about men's mental health and that now, isn't there? And you know, I think it takes a big man to look back at his own life and say, I look back and I was struggling there. At the time, I would have never have let anybody see it. But in reflection, you look back, and I look back at the NG, I look back at certain times at Peterborough, certain times at Salford, and I just look back and go, fucking hell, you were in the right 2 and 8 there.
Really struggling.
Struggling mentally. Yeah.
Sed's told me a G-stop about when he was struggling and we both just pissed ourselves.
Well, you've got that relationship,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I used to
So
get picked up in a car, lad just go like, how are you, pal? And I go, yeah, I'm fucking laughed his head off.
but you know what, again, no, that's just lads, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, you tell your mate you're struggling, they'll help you out in the time, in the moment, and you know, the minute you're okay, you're getting levered about it. That's just men and just lads, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
And as well, I feel like that's the lad's way of handling it. If someone sits down and speaks serious to me, I cringe up and I can't get it out. But if someone takes the mick and we have a laugh about it, you can get more out because it's a bit more relaxed.
Just
And
sort
you know,
lowers the barriers a bit, doesn't it?
yeah, and I know that laughter, I'd like to think it's coming from a nice place.
You hope so.
I hope so. I can't guarantee it, but mate, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, an absolute pleasure.
Danny Lloyd,
Class.
what a pal.
Top man.
What a guy.